Hey everyone, I'm Madonna. This is David, and we're here for your tip of the day. So, we thought we would talk about the value of touch because so few people on the planet are really it's such a messed up world at the moment. People are so dysregulated. There's so much angst, there's so much stress, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with devices and all sorts of things, and that's separating families, it's separating
Separating
couples, it's
connection.
separating connection.
Mm.
So the power of touch and how important it is
Well, you use touch in therapy.
all the
As a
time.
kinesiologist, where I don't do any touch.
Yeah. Well, a lot of kinesiologists, again, since COVID, they're doing all their kinesiology online. So again, it's one less person we have to get that therapy happening.
Right.
So that's how, and they might be getting good results, but again, the person is missing out on, to me, they're missing out on a huge part of the therapy. I would never pay for kinesiology online because I love the hands-on experience. I've got a couple of, and I'm lucky. I've got a couple of really good kinesiologists within 20 minutes of my place. So I can say that and know that I've got some good people around me.
It is a powerful thing. And because one other structural problem, like you mentioned, is that because men have been left out of the touch field, because of history of men doing bad things, it's like women have become like they've become overburdened with it. Because if someone's going to hug someone, it's going to be the mum. So and not the dad. Like so much anymore. Like, for example, if you see a kid fall over at the park, it's likely a mum will get up and pick it up and everyone will be, but if a dad does, everyone will be on alert.
One of my clients, and I'm talking 30 years ago.
And I'm not doing it, just to say, and I'm not doing that to being, it's just that the burden of touch has been placed onto women and mums.
Yeah.
And it's been taken away from men. So there's a shortage.
Yeah.
There's a shortage because guys have kind of been left out of the picture. And so it's like, and so the mums become overburdened with everything.
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
And now, and then the flip it, because of there's so much abuse with children, now they've made it so teachers aren't allowed to hug little kids who fall over and injure themselves. So these little kids who are, they injure themselves, they at home they would get a cuddle. At school they're just made to just cry. Like, it's just so weird. It's all weird.
In the lower primary, the teachers do hug them.
No, they're not supposed to.
I know they're not supposed to, but like, really, they're human beings, and
they're trying to. Well, I think that's the thing. They're trying to take the human out of us.
Well, I don't think I think they're more like going from not trying to take the human, but too much safety will drive the human away, which is happening.
Yeah.
Too much focus, and not that we don't want safety. We definitely want safety.
Yeah, totally.
But also we want reality as well, like because I'm a solution-focused therapist, and that's not creating solutions for people, it's helping people find their own solutions, or them discovering them. And it's like, so this sort of thing needs a solution.
Yeah, but the power of touch, just sort of thinking about a couple of really simple things we can do to bring ourselves back into balance. Like, one of them is when we're feeling stressed, hold the emotional stress release points halfway between the eyebrow and the hairline over your eyes. If you hold them really gently until they start to pulse, what that's doing is bringing the blood supply to the front of the brain.
Oh, where the prefrontal cortex is.
Yeah, so the prefrontal cortex is involved in problem solving and solutions and all sorts of things.
And then if you breathe slowly, it allow the nerve energy to go up too, because while we breathe in a hyper way, the nerve energy gets stuck in the middle, doesn't make its way to the top of the brain around. So
so by bringing that into focus, the other thing you can do, if your neck is sore or something like that, you can get into a position where, say, your neck is sore, and do the ESRs again, and that's postural stress release.
What does that mean?
Postural, so it's doing exactly the same points, except you hold them while you're activating some pain somewhere in your body.
How about you holding that pain or something?
Yeah, so you can sort of, like, 2 fingers is polarity even to the thumb. So thumb and 2 fingers while you say touch located another area of your body.
Oh, okay.
Another thing you can do is it's a front, so you put a hand on the frontal cortex and a hand on the rear of your brain. So that helps to recreate new neuronal pathways from the front to the back of the brain.
And from the lower to the higher.
And from the lower to the higher. So that again is calming down the survival stuff, allowing your conscious pathways to activate at the same time. So therefore you're creating new possibilities for problem solving.
Because there's another thing you can do for self-regulation is to just hold yourself while you're breathing.
Yeah.
Over your heart or over you, because that is really soothing.
Yeah, really easy.
I watched a video of that the other day and I'm like, surprising how nice it is.
Yeah.
And then you breathe and you're like, and it's that touch and you feel the weight of it.
Yeah.
And it feels the same as somebody, you know, not exactly the same, but it's warm and it's firm and it's, you know, all of those things.
Yeah. And obviously there's a lot of, you know, about the emotional stress release sort of things as well. There's all sorts of points on this, on the face that are to do with different meridians. So like this little area here is sort of the bladder, stomach, large intestines, you know, so when you start tapping, and anywhere
face
is going to help.
So so on our face, do we have the same thing like in reflexology?
No, this is more to do with meridians.
Okay, because in reflexology, you basically your hand and your soles of your feet are kind of a match of your body.
So you can just sort of rub your hands in all directions going out. We were chatting to a guy this morning who loves the idea of having solutions for every part of his body and helping people, you know, by having a solution on the hand, you know. So for people who are bedridden, if they've got a solution on their hand for everything, how cool is that? It's like, you know, when people get headaches and they go to that little large intestine point, you know, and rub that for a little while and the headache often goes away. You know, but because that we've got some really cool little meridians connected to the hands. Another thing you can do is Mr. Burns from Simpsons. So when we so when we do this, what we're doing is connecting the meridians again. So we're going lung to lung, large intestine to large intestine. He did have some,
even though he's evil,
and he looked like Mr. Rothschild. Anyway,
but the thing is about those things, like if you look at body language specialists, people who are stressed and telling lies will do that too, because that's the type of self-soothing. They're like stressed, they're under interrogation, and you see their hands, you see them touch themselves to try to self-regulate under pressure. Yeah,
and just the last one to finish off with,
and still, I'm not being so touches a positive thing. I'm just saying that really stressed out people will, you know, they'll touch themselves to self-regulate, which just shows how powerful it is.
Yeah, they often touch their nose when they're lying. You know, it's a bit distracting.
It's distracting, but it's also somewhat soothing. Anytime you touch it, people are being interrogated. I saw it on TV the other day. A lady, I won't say what it was, but she was being interrogated.
Oh, I know what that was.
And but when you watch the way she touched herself, that was to self-regulate.
Yeah.
Keep her.
She was telling Fibonacci's. So top and bottom of the forearm as well. That is, so imagine if you're in an interview or something, and you sort of can have your hands touching. That's another way of doing the equivalent of the emotional stress release points.
Right, and the interviewer will look at them and go, oh, they're doing weird stuff, we don't want them.
Or a prisoner, you know, who has handcuffs, you know, you can actually do it with that. Right. Okay. Yeah, so that's why that one was developed, for people trying to calm themselves down. Anyway, so a couple of little tips: self-touch, self-soothing, self-regulation.
A lot more there than I thought.
Yeah, no, there's heaps we can do, but that's a good little start.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Good luck with all that. Bye.
Bye.